Okay, so here we go. Interesting stuff here. 3 different pictures depicting her as a specific critter. So here's Vanity, Jodi Arias. That's the story. And here they have, amazingly enough, they have a picture of a chameleon. Now, you could say, well, they had her drawn like a chameleon because she pretended like she was this loving girlfriend, but she was really this murderous girl. And that would be fine. That would work. Problem is, the color code says different. You got the yellow, the pink right here, right? And then here's the other book, Obscurity, about Jodi Arias, and here's the blue. So there's the yellow, the pink, and the blue. So that all pans out, right? And then here's the third book, a different one with a different cover, yet the same animal with no mention of why they put a chameleon on the front. Although I do believe chameleons have 3 toes, I think, if I remember correctly. I don't know, could be wrong. But it's this whole thing dealing with the colors, okay? The animal, and that's the reptilian thing or whatever, who cares? But what I'm going to show you now, aside from all of this, is if you go back and you look, you know, I'll have to walk you through this. There he is when he's a kid, and amazingly enough, he's wearing that purple and yellow, and he's got the number 12 on there, and it says Steelers. His parents died, so he wound up living with some other people that I've spoken with. Okay, so this tells me that this kid was abused. Moving on. So here's these. They put this collage together so fucking stupid. So here, let's look at this one, number 1. See how he's got his hands on his chest? Alright, you see this? Yeah, there's a specific, you know, how can I put it? I think he enjoyed the company of gentlemen, too, type of thing. And so we've got this. He's got his arms crossed on his chest. Water signifies washing away. Usually, you know, I mean, in this context, usually it means truth, but this is a, you see where this is going. This is going into ritualistic sodomy. It's got a twist to it, though, because that chick was never involved. So let me just bring up some more pictures here. And so we come to this picture. So we look at this. Here he is laying on the bed with the 2 fingers up, right? Here's the colors here. Well, what's the deal? What's the deal over here? Huh. That whole thing with the crossed arms on the chest is Osiris. But again, I told you this girl doesn't exist because it's a made-up name, which is another name for Osiris, but it's coded in her name. So if we look, when we look, here's the 2. Here's this. See his hand? See the color code? See the pillar with the 2 fingers? See the color code, the yellow and the pink? So, okay, we know this is tied in with Osiris. So now we've got a fucking lizard. We've got crossed arms in there. We've got alluding to homosexuality. And now you got definite proof that it's tied into Osiris, right? So hang on 1 second, and I'll tell you who Jodi really is. Jodi Arias does not exist, because what I did is I took her name and I put it in an anagram generator. The word earth, it's just a Jewish anagram for the word heart. So I applied that rule to the word Arius, and look what it brought up, Asari. And look at who the god Asari is, and look at what he's into. Hey, where have we seen this before? There is no Jodi Arias. It's Asari, and the book that was published called Trapped with Arias is Trapped with Asari. That guy, that was a ritual murder. It was a ritual murder. Asari and Osiris are the same dude, just a different name. That's what the 2 finger thing is, their logo. Now, What's with all the weird pictures? This is my opinion, and it's just my opinion. I have no proof, but I'm going to say it. When these guys go in between these two realities, at some point it becomes so close to being, the two are so close, it's called walking the razor's edge, that the two are so close that it almost becomes inextinguishable. The Bible even says that the deception is so good that if it was possible to deceive the people that really knew how to do it, it would. And so this is what I think. When they hold up the one finger, like they did in the court when I showed you Phil Spector and Jody, when they hold up one finger, it's a signal that they're in one reality, to make sure that they're signaling somebody. Somebody's signaling him back, going, yeah, you're in the right reality. When they hold up two fingers, it's the mirrored reality. So they're signaling each other to make sure that they're in the right reality, because one reality you can do whatever you want and there's no consequences because it's fake. The other one is the real one, and that's the one where you get in trouble. Hence Phil Spector, when he shot the woman in the face, and then when the cops showed up, he said, I think I shot a woman, because he wasn't sure which one he was in. There is no Jodi Arias. It's Cesari. Her first name, Jodi, is D-O-J-E, Duji. And it represents, well, I'll show you what it is. It has to do with power. Hang on. Well, let me just show you this first. So this is one of the receipts, supposedly, that helped convict her. Some bullshit. Look here. Amun-Ra, Osiris, Asari, they're all the same dude. Okay? What her first name is, let me see, I'll pull it off of Ariana Grande video. Hang on, let me grab it. Her name, J-O-D-E, or D-G-I. It's really D-O-J-I, Doji. And what it is what you're looking at here. Do you see this here? You see the two glasses here? And then this little plus symbol right here? You see that? You see the two glasses here? And you see that the symbol is reversed here? You see? That word is, it's like it's got to do with a positive and a negative, but it has to do with balance. These are exact opposites, yet they're equal. Okay, that's what that is. I mean, I'll just show you where this kid's head is. Oh, and for 7 years they pulled this shit off. It was a ritual. It's a ritual murder. I mean, it was way beyond the norm. Give me 1 second, I'll get it. And then here she is. She's got the two lightning bolts, you know, which there's your 3, and there's your other 3. But you see that it's equal on either side. This wasn't about a woman at all. Basically, the story of Isis, you know, and Osiris. It's the same story. It's about a balance of power. It's the Lorena Bobbitt story. She wanted the power. She couldn't get it. She went on a rampage. Nobody killed that. That was a ritual murder. That was a ritual murder. It was set up. That's why it went on so long. And it went on for 7 years, so I'm assuming that was the cycle. But there is no... And you can't get to her. That's because they put her in a, 23-hour-a-day lockdown, and she can't have any visitors because she acted up. No, it's because the chick doesn't exist. The chick doesn't exist. Go back through those murder pictures, and that woman was too girly. The house that she supposedly lived in was a pigsty. Her bedroom had no girl stuff in it, and it looked like a storage facility. It was very, very shoddily done. Because they know the average person doesn't pay that much attention to it. the chances that Jody's last name is exactly fits rearranging the letters and coming up with a god who's exactly into the thing that her boyfriend's into in the shower. It's too much. This was a ritualistic killing. It was done on purpose, whether the guy was willing or not. And the bedroom, all those shots that are crazy like that, it's like somehow they learned how to film what's going on inside somebody's head, because those pictures are crazy, like when you're in a dream, right? And so the fun house, or have you ever gone in a fun house? You ever see pictures of one? They're not around much anymore, but they were like that. The door jambs were crooked and crazy. The floor was tilted. Well, because that's what goes on in your mind, I guess, when you go through this, whatever it is, when you get sodomized. So you're stuck in this weird reality, and it's usually nightmarish, like his murder. Is this guy really dead? I can't tell you. I can't tell you definitively that his name is really a representative of Isis or Osiris, but under the other name, which is, let me just go back and get that real quick. We'll just take all this back here. Right here. Here's the name, Arius. Here's the real name, Asari. And here he is right here. And what's he got right there? And you get that third eye opened, right? You get that third eye opened when you get your other third eye opened. Which incidentally, if we just go like this, and we put this up here, that's exactly what's on the back of the dollar bill. That's the seal on the dollar bill. It's also Pizzagate. It's a symbol for Pizzagate. Here's the wedge. Here's the gate. Arius. Asari. That's the truth to this story. Where that guy is, don't know if he even ever really existed. I mean, I talked to his quasi-stepmother. I can say that the pictures I showed you with the mirrors missing reflections, those are all indication of one reality versus another one. I think when they hold up the two fingers, they're in the fake reality because they're showing you one finger mirroring the other. When they hold up one finger, it means they're in the real reality. That's just my take on it. So the fact that he's laying on the bed holding up two fingers tells me that was something that was going on in his mind. It's beyond me. The science of it and how they pull this shit off and get it on film now, I couldn't tell you. But they sure got fucking society wrapped up in something so pervertedly weird that they would spend 7 years running and scrambling and writing books and making money off of the actual act, which, is considered absolutely the worst thing you can do to God by doing that. That's why the book here, let me get it real quick. Hang on. 1 second. And so this is why the book, Trapped with Miss Arius, I think would be better served this way. You're trapped with this guy here. Because once you do that, you are trapped. And that's the downer of it, because it's you can't come back from it. That's why it's such a cruel thing to do to a child. So that ends this. You don't have to look anymore at it. Whoever the guy was that wanted me to look into destroying how am I supposed to help you with the Jews and the Zionists? Hey, if they're fucking with your money, get a part-time job. I don't know what else to tell you. I just wanted you guys to do this exercise so that you would apply some of the stuff that you learned, and a lot of you did some real good stuff. I was pretty pleased with it, so at least you're learning. It showed me that you guys learned something. I mean, God, I would love to have been in that courtroom. I mean, for fuck's sake, you know, I caught a picture of the frickin' her defense attorney, supposedly, because none of this was real, wearing purple and yellow socks. And it's like, it's everybody was in on it because it was a ritualistic murder, like Sandy Hook. But everybody was in on it because all those people know how this shit works. So it's always the same people doing the same thing. Like Charles Manson, let's look at the name. Charlie, Vietnam. Death was referred to as Charlie Manson, right? Man-son. That's an old phrase, more commonly known as manservant. A guy's manservant is his dick. So death through dick, right? Because war is hell. Literally. Not because you're out there shooting and getting shot at. It's because it is hell in the most realistic form. It's terror. It's death and burning and destruction. So this guy, whoever or whatever, got stuck, is trapped with Asari, not with Jodi Arias. So that's, I'm going to close this out. You don't have to look any more into this. You know, it's just funny that, isn't it interesting that they used a photograph of a desk with a mirror on it that has shit that ain't reflecting, and that was used as evidence? This just goes to show you just how removed the public is from reality. But it's okay. That's all right. They ain't never going to wake up, and they won't. And people can walk around going, I'm enlightened. No, you're not. You're not even close, because I'm not enlightened. You know, I put it like this. I don't know shit, but these people that say they're enlightened, they know less than shit. Thanks for your participation. I appreciate the work you guys did put in. You did a really good job. I was hoping at some point somebody would flip those letters around. That's another thing the Jews do with words. Like the word earth actually means heart. That's the real meaning of the whole thing. The earth, it's not earth, it's heart. So I just applied that and got the name and went and looked it up and found it, and there it was, meaning the exact same thing. So that's it.